Hi, for this video, what I want to talk to you about is how do you find the odds for something happening? So whenever it says odds for, you're going to use this formula right here, the probability of success divided by the probability of failure. If it says the odds against, you just do the reciprocal of this formula. Okay, so anytime it says odds for, it's the probability of success, it's what you want to happen, divided by the probability of failure, what you don't want to happen. So for the first situation we want to find the odds for rolling a number larger than 4 on a die. So if we think about it, on a die we have the following numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So the first thing that we want to do is find the probability of success, and I'm just going to use an S for success. In this case, it's the probability that it's greater than 4. So if we look at this, we can see clearly that there are two numbers that are greater than 4. So the probability of rolling a number that is greater than 4 is 2 out of 6. We also have to find the probability of failure. So in this case, the probability of failure would be the probability of rolling a number that is less than or equal to 4. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers that are less than or equal to 4. So we have a 4 out of 6 probability. So because it asked for the odds for, we would use the formula, the probability of success over the probability of failure. So we would take our probability of success and divide it by our probability of failure. So we would put 2 over 6 over 4 out of 6. And because the denominators are both the same, for the complex fraction, these 6's will end up canceling each other out. And so we would say that the odds for this happening is 2 over 4. Majority of the time, they will reduce this to the lowest fraction that you can have. So in this case, 2 over 4 reduces to 1 to 2. So we would write it as 1 colon 2, or we could write it as 1 to 2. Most of the time you will see odds written this way. So if you're talking about the odds for, this is how likely it is to have a success and how likely it is to have a failure. So out of 3 attempts, you should have 1 success and 2 failures. All right, so let's look at the next situation that we have. For this one, what we have find the odds for selecting a heart out of a standard deck of 52 playing cards. So in case you're not familiar with a deck of 52 playing cards, the 52 playing cards, there's 4 suits. The first one is diamonds. The second one is clubs, which is really hard for me to draw, so I'm just going to draw a really bad club. Then you have spades, and you have hearts. Okay, so we have 4 suits, so if we take 52 and we divide it by 4, that tells me that there's 13 of each suit. Okay, so with this, remember, because we're looking for the odds for this happening, we want to find the probability of success first. And the probability of success is how likely is it to select a heart. So because we have 13 hearts out of 52, we would say that there's a 13 out of 52 probability of success. The probability of failure is the probability that it's not a heart. So that means that it's either a diamond or a club or a spade. So if I take 13 times 3, or if I do 52 minus 13, either way, I end up with a probability of success of 39 out of 52, because there are 39 cards that are not hearts. So that's what a failure would be in this case. So then when we're looking for the odds for, we would just take the 13 out of 52 and divide it by the 39 out of 52. And so remember, what happens is because these are the same, they cancel each other out. So we would end up with 13 over 39, which reduces to 1 out of 3. Okay, so we could say that the odds for selecting a heart are 1 to 3 or 1 to 3. So either way, it's acceptable to write it, either with a colon or the 1 to 3. All right, the last one that we're going to look at is find the odds for selecting the letter N out of the word Tennessee if we write each of the letters individually on its own slip of paper and place it into a hat, and then we mix it up. So we want to find the odds for selecting the letter N specifically. So in this case, the probability of success would be the probability of selecting the letter N. Okay, so we can see that there are 2 N's in the word Tennessee, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters. So we would do 2 out of 9 is our probability of success. The probability of failure is the probability that we selected any letter, so that would be a T, an E, or an S out of the word Tennessee. So basically anything that is not an N. So if we count, we have 7 letters out of 9 that are not an N. So then what we would do to find the odds, we would take the probability, and again we're looking for the odds for and not the odds against. So we would take our probability of success, divide it by our probability of failure, and we can see that it's 2 out of 9 over 7 out of 9, and then like always our 9s will cancel out. So we can say the odds for selecting an N are 2 to 7, because 2 of the 9 letters in the word Tennessee match the letter that we are looking for in. 7 do not. You could also write it as 2 to 7. So just to recap, remember that if it says the odds for something happening, the odds for, you always want the probability of success on top divided by the probability of failure on the bottom. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. If there are additional topics you would like for me to cover, please let me know that as well.